All right, everyone get ready because today we are going to dive deep into some inventions. Let's just say they're unique.
Unique is a good word.
You know, the kind that make you wonder, was this person a genius or did they just get hit in the head with something?
Yeah.
You guys sent us some articles about some really weird inventions, and honestly, I'm excited to pack them.
Yeah, me too.
We've got baby mops, selfie toasters, an avocado on a stick. Apparently peeling is just way too much work these days.
I think what's so fascinating about this is it really holds a mirror up to, I guess, just modern life.
Right.
Like, we're obsessed with convenience and documenting our every move, and like sometimes we just want to hide away.
Totally.
And I feel like all of these inventions, no matter how wacky they are, kind of tap into that.
It's true. It's like the bizarre time capsule of all of our hopes and dreams and maybe just a little bit of desperation.
A little bit.
Okay, let's start with this baby mop situation.
Okay.
I'm seeing a onesie, and it's got mop pads attached.
Oh, yeah.
Is this peak multitasking or just a recipe for a very sticky baby?
I think it's like that whole kill two birds with one stone approach to parenting.
Totally.
Which, let's face it, we're all just juggling like crazy.
Well, always.
But I have to admit, the visual of a baby scooting around, leaving a clean floor in its wake is pretty hilarious.
It is.
And they've really thought of everything. It's machine washable, comes in multiple colors.
Oh, wow.
So maybe this is the solution to toddler tantrums and dirty floors.
Right. Throw in some noise-canceling headphones, and you've got yourself a parenting utopia.
Totally.
Speaking of things that make you question reality,
Okay.
we've got the selfie toaster. Because who hasn't looked at their breakfast and thought, you know what this needs? My face.
It's like the perfect marriage of our obsession with selfies and personalized everything.
Yes.
We have custom phone cases, mugs with our names on them. Why not toast?
Why not?
With
Yeah.
our own image.
Of course.
I can just see the marketing campaign now. Start your day with you.
Oh, I can see it trending on social media. Hashtag toast selfie. Hashtag ego toast.
Yeah.
The possibilities are endless.
Hashtag self-breading.
And it works with any bread.
That's important.
So whether you're a sourdough snob or you just love plain white bread, you can enjoy the narcissistic pleasure of eating your own face.
Speaking of catering to our very specific desires,
Okay.
let's move on to the avocado on a stick.
This is great.
I'm sensing a theme here.
Convenience.
Convenience above all else.
You're right, because apparently slicing open an avocado is just too much for us these days.
It's big ass.
We live in a world of instant gratification.
Yeah.
I mean, who has time for peeling and pitting when there's Instagram scrolling to be done?
Right.
So tell me, how does this avocado glue stick actually work?
Oh, it's pretty ingenious, actually. Think of it like a chapstick.
Okay.
But instead of waxy lip balm, it's packed with perfectly ripe avocado.
Oh,
Just twist it up and spread that creamy goodness on toast sandwiches, or let's be honest, straight into your mouth.
yeah, why not?
They even offer different ripeness levels so you can go from firm to guacamole ready with a simple twist.
You know, I'm kind of impressed.
I am too.
It's the perfect solution for those who consider avocado a food group. And let's be real, there's a lot of us out there.
I'm raising my hand over here.
But speaking of convenience, let's talk about a problem I didn't even realize I had: unevenly cut pizza slices.
Yeah.
Thankfully, the pizza scissors are here to save the day.
I think this speaks to our love of very hyper-specific kitchen gadgets.
Totally.
I mean, we have avocado slicers, egg separators, and now pizza scissors with a built-in spatula.
Of course.
Like, who needs basic knives anymore?
I'm all about embracing the absurdity of these single-purpose tools.
Yeah.
But I have to admit, getting a perfect slice of pizza without sacrificing any of the toppings is strangely appealing.
I think it's the ultimate weapon against pizza injustice.
Yeah.
You know, no more fighting over the biggest slice or cheese sliding off, just pure, symmetrical pizza bliss.
Okay, last but certainly not least,
Yeah, okay.
we have the invention that speaks to my soul,
Okay.
the ostrich pillow.
Oh.
This is for anyone who has ever wanted to just crawl into their desk and take a nap.
For sure.
I mean, it's like a portable sensory deprivation chamber for your head.
It is. I think it really taps into a need for privacy and escape in this world that we live in that's constantly connected.
Totally.
It's like saying, okay, world, you win. I'm tapping out. I'm taking a power nap in my head cocoon.
Yes.
But I have to ask, would you actually wear this in public?
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
In fact, I think I'm adding it to my essential travel gear list right now.
Oh, wow.
Who needs first class when you can create your own personal oasis of peace and quiet?
That's true.
Just imagine me blissful and snoozing while everyone else is battling screaming babies and overpriced snacks.
I can see it now.
It's genius.
You know, it's funny, like all of these inventions, while often hilarious,
Yeah.
can actually tell us a lot about ourselves.
Right.
You know, they highlight our quirks, our anxieties, and maybe even a little bit of our laziness.
Oh, totally. I mean,
right
we've
there.
got the baby mop for parents who are just like, I can't even clean up another spilled sippy cup.
Right.
And selfie toaster. Pure narcissistic brilliance. But I'm curious, what do you think drives people to actually invent these things?
Yeah.
Is it like this burning desire to solve the world's problems, or are they just messing with us?
You know, I think it's a mix of both, honestly.
Oh.
Some inventors are genuinely trying to make life easier or more fun, even if their solutions are a little out there.
Yeah.
Take the pizza scissors, for instance.
Yeah.
They're solving a problem. We've all faced the uneven pizza slice.
Oh, absolutely. That first bite is always such a gamble.
Ew.
Will you get all the toppings?
Yes.
Or just a sad cheeseless crust?
Exactly.
But seriously, I think there's a certain type of person who sees a problem no matter how small and thinks, I can fix that with a weird gadget.
Exactly. And then you have inventions like the ostrich pillow.
Right.
That cater to a very specific, maybe even slightly neurotic need.
Yes.
I mean, who hasn't felt the urge to just shut out the world and take a nap?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
Especially in like this age of constant notifications and
Yeah.
social media. Sometimes you just need to escape into your own little world, even if it means looking like you stuck your head in a giant marshmallow.
Totally. But, you know, I have to admit, there's a part of me that admires that kind of unapologetic weirdness.
Oh, for sure.
Like, you do you.
Yes.
But speaking of boldness, let's talk about the selfie toaster for a second.
Okay.
Do you think it's just harmless fun?
Uh-huh.
Or is it feeding into our culture of narcissism?
Oh, that's a good question.
It is a good question.
I mean, on the one hand, it's just toast.
It's toast.
But on the other hand, are we really so self-obsessed that we need to see our own faces on every surface?
That's true.
Maybe it's a sign of the times, or maybe it's just a really clever marketing ploy.
Right. I mean, think about it. It's a guaranteed conversation starter.
Yeah, it is.
You invite someone over for breakfast. They see your face staring back at them from their toast.
Uh-huh.
Instant social media content.
I can already see it now, having breakfast with the most narcissistic person I know. Hashtag selfie toast. Hashtag send help. But honestly, who knows what the deeper meaning is?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just about making us laugh.
That's true.
Which, in a world, that can feel pretty heavy sometimes.
Yeah.
Isn't a bad thing.
I think that's a really key point. All of these inventions, as silly as they may seem,
Yeah.
remind us to not take ourselves too seriously.
Right.
It's like they're saying, hey, life's weird. Let's embrace the absurdity.
And maybe, just maybe,
Yeah.
some of these seemingly ridiculous inventions will turn out to be like the next big thing.
Right.
I mean, look at the history of innovation.
Uh-huh.
The telephone, the airplane, the internet.
Totally.
All of these were once considered crazy ideas.
Yeah, they were.
So while we're all laughing at the baby mop or the avocado on a stick,
The avocado on a stick.
we should remember that the line between genius and insanity can be pretty thin.
Very thin.
Well said. But before we get too carried away
Okay.
with our philosophical musings,
Yeah.
I think we need to address the elephant in the room,
Okay.
the potential downsides
Right.
of this invention craze.
Uh-huh.
I mean, not all inventions are created equal.
You're absolutely right. We can't just blindly celebrate every new gadget that comes along.
Right.
We have to be critical and consider the broader implications.
For sure.
Like, for instance, a lot of these inventions are made from plastic and end up in landfills.
That's a good point. We're already drowning in plastic waste.
Right?
Do we really need another single-use gadget
Mm-hmm.
that's just going to end up polluting the planet?
And then there's the issue of clutter.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how many avocado slicers
There's not many.
and pizza scissors does one person really need?
Too many.
At some point, it becomes less about solving problems and more about fueling our consumerist desires.
Oh, you're preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
My kitchen drawers are already overflowing with gadgets that I've used once and then completely forgotten about.
For sure.
But it's so hard to resist the allure of the next best thing,
It is.
especially when it's marketed as a solution to a problem you didn't even know you had.
Right. It's like they're creating needs that didn't exist before.
Totally.
And that's where we as consumers have to be mindful.
Yeah.
Do we really need that banana slicer, or can we just use a regular knife?
Okay, so we've got environmental concerns, the potential for clutter, and the ever-present temptation of consumerism. Anything else we should be wary of?
Well, there's also the question of privacy and data security.
Oh, wait.
As more and more inventions become smart and connected to the internet,
Totally.
we have to think about who's collecting our data and what they're doing with it.
That is a scary thought. I mean, I love the idea of a shirt that changes color with my mood.
Yeah.
But do I really want my clothing broadcasting my emotional state to the world?
It's a valid concern, and it's something we need to be talking about more as technology continues to advance.
So what does this all mean for you, our dear listener?
Yeah.
I think the takeaway here is that while it's fun to marvel at the creativity and absurdity of these inventions, we also need to be thoughtful consumers.
Exactly. We need to ask ourselves,
Yes.
is this invention actually solving a problem, or is it just creating a new one? Is it environmentally sustainable?
Yeah.
Does it respect my privacy?
Good questions.
These are all very important questions.
It's about finding that balance between embracing innovation and being mindful of the potential consequences.
Totally.
And ultimately, it's up to each individual to decide which inventions are worth bringing into their lives.
Well said. Now, I don't know about you, but all this talk about crazy inventions has me feeling a little nostalgic for the good old days of simpler technology.
Me too. Remember when the biggest dilemma we faced was choosing between VHS and Betamax?
Those were the days. But you know, even back then there were some pretty bizarre inventions that made us wonder, what were they thinking?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
So how about we take a trip down memory lane
Okay.
and revisit some of the most outrageous inventions from the past?
I'm game. I have a feeling this is going to be a wild ride.
Buckle up, listeners. We're about to dive into the wacky world of retro inventions. Okay, so we've had fun talking about avocado glue sticks and selfie toasters, but now it's time to put on our futurist hats.
Ooh, I like this.
We've seen the world of weird inventions now.
Yeah.
But what about the future?
What's coming next?
What's brewing in the minds of those mad geniuses?
I love this part. It's like peering into a crystal ball, but instead of vague fortunes, it's gadgets that could be in our home soon.
Okay, well, I've been brainstorming.
Okay.
And let's just say my brain went down some very strange rabbit holes.
All right, I'm ready.
First up, I'm predicting the rise of smart clothing that's more than just, step counting and heart rate tracking.
Okay.
Like imagine clothes that change color with your mood.
Okay.
Or maybe adjust their fit throughout the day.
I can see it now. A boardroom meeting, your power suit, like sharpens its lines, goes full serious business mode. Date night, boom, it softens up. Maybe even sparkles a little bit.
Right. And think about the possibilities for self-expression. Having a bad day.
Yeah.
Let your clothes show the world how truly gloomy you feel with a symphony of grays and browns.
Yeah.
But then, boom, your best friend sends you a hilarious meme, and suddenly you're rocking a rainbow explosion. It's like wearing your heart on your sleeve, but way more fashionable.
That actually ties into something I've been thinking about the future of food.
Okay.
What if we could print personalized meals based on our dietary needs, moods, and even cravings?
Whoa, hold on. So you're saying my 3D printer could whip up a perfectly balanced macro-counted meal after my workout, but also knows to churn out a batch of gooey chocolate chip cookies when I'm having a rough day.
Exactly. And it can go even further. Imagine a world where you input your latest blood work results and the printer adjusts your meal plan accordingly.
Oh, wow.
Adding in extra iron or vitamin D as needed.
This sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie.
Right.
But I kind of love it.
Yeah.
It would revolutionize the way we think about nutrition.
Totally.
And could even help reduce food waste.
Yeah.
No more wilting lettuce in the fridge because you forgot about it. You just print what you need when you need it.
Exactly. And it ties into the growing trend of personalized health and wellness.
Totally.
But let's not stop there. What about robot pets that can actually learn and adapt to your personality?
Now I'm picturing a robot dog that not only fetches the ball, but also learns my favorite walking routes. Knows how to cheer me up when I'm down and never needs to be taken to the vet.
I know, right?
Sign me up.
And think about the potential benefits for people who can't have real pets.
Oh, yeah.
Due to allergies or living situations, it could provide companionship and emotional support
Totally.
without any of the real-life pet hassles.
So it's kind of the best of both worlds.
It is.
But also maybe a tiny bit terrifying. I mean, what happens when these robot pets become so realistic that we can't tell the difference?
Right.
Are we going to have robot pet therapists in the future helping us work through our emotional attachment to machines?
That's a whole other deep dive waiting to happen. It is. But for now, I think it's safe to say that the future of wacky inventions is going to be a wild ride.
Oh, absolutely. We've got clothes that express our emotions.
Yes.
Food printers that cater to our every whim, and robot companions that blur the lines between technology and real life. Who knows what other crazy creations are lurking just around the corner?
What's exciting is that we have no idea what those brilliant or slightly unhinged inventors will dream up next.
Right.
Maybe they'll solve problems we didn't even know we had, or invent things that are so bizarre we can't help but laugh.
So, dear listeners, as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of wacky inventions, remember this. Embrace the absurdity, question everything, and never stop imagining the possibilities, because in a world that can often feel predictable and mundane, it's the crazy, the unexpected, the downright ridiculous that keeps things interesting. Until next time, stay curious and keep those invention ideas coming.